Have you ever achieved something you thought would make you happy and then realized it didn't? Maybe it was a promotion, a relationship, a financial goal, a milestone you worked incredibly hard to reach. And when you finally got there, instead of feeling fulfilled, you felt confused. Because the problem was never your ability to achieve, the problem was that the goal wasn't actually aligned with who you are. And that's what we're talking about today. Hey, friend, welcome to Leveling Up Talks, brought to you by MaxUverse. I'm Susan, and for the past 20 years, I worked in HR business management and personal development, helping people navigate careers, leadership, burnout, confidence, growth, and major life transitions. But this podcast has never just been about professional development. It's about becoming. It's about building a life that feels good on the inside as it may look on the outside. And today we're talking about something I don't think enough people are discussing: congruence. Because success and congruence are not always the same thing. And when they're disconnected, people often find themselves exhausted, frustrated, or wondering why their achievements don't feel as meaningful as they expected. Before we dive in, if this episode resonates with you, please like it, subscribe, and share with someone who may need this conversation. Every interaction helps these conversations reach more people who are trying to grow intentionally, just like you and I. And if you're here or new, welcome, you're amongst friends. I want to start with a quote from Carl Jung. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, not who everyone else expects you to be, not who social media tells you to become, not who your fear says you should remain, who you truly are. That quote has stayed with me for years. So, what's the problem with chasing the wrong goals? The older I get, the more I notice something. A lot of people are not struggling because they're lazy. They're struggling because they're climbing ladders that are leaning against the wrong wall. They've inherited goals, or adopted goals, or borrowed goals, goals that sound impressive, goals that look successful, goals that receive applause, but goals that don't actually belong to them. And eventually that disconnect catches up with you, because achievement without alignment feels surprisingly empty. And maybe that's why some people are exhausted, not because they're failing, because they're succeeding at things they don't actually want. And it really makes you think about it. For me, congruence is simple. It's when your values, actions, goals, and decisions all point in the same direction. It's when who you say you are matches how you live. It's when your calendar reflects your priorities, and it's when your goals support your life instead of competing with it. And that's harder than it sounds, I know, because life gets noisy, people have opinions, and society has expectations. So, before you know it, you're building a life that looks successful but doesn't feel like it's yours. Side note, for anyone feeling overwhelmed right now, one of the reasons I created Boss Buddy was because I realized how many people are disconnected from what actually matters to them. They have goals, they have to-do lists, but they haven't slowed down long enough to ask, is this still the life I want? Boss Buddy became a loyal companion during seasons when I needed to reconnect with myself instead of just my responsibilities. If that sounds familiar, you could grab the free guide through the link in the bio. So, this is something I've seen over and over throughout my HR career. People spend years pursuing positions they thought they wanted, then they get there and suddenly they're asking deeper questions. Do I enjoy this? Does this align with my values? Do I still want this version of success? And those questions are not failures. They're signs of growth. Because what mattered at 25 may not matter at 45. And that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to evolve. This conversation reminds me of two books. The first is The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, because it challenges you to look honestly at the patterns and beliefs that may be keeping you disconnected from your true self. The second one is The Gap and the Gain by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy, because that book reminds us to appreciate progress while defining success on your own terms. And that's the reason why I love Lit Loot by MaxUverse, not because it's a subscription box, because it's it's a reminder to pause, reflect, learn, and grow. If you're an intentional builder, a glow up in progress, or a rock star working on your next chapter, consider gifting yourself Lit Loot. Sometimes the right book arrives exactly when you need it. Writing my own book has brought this lesson into focus more than ever, because when you sit down and tell the truth about your life, you start noticing where you've been aligned and where you haven't. You notice seasons where you followed your intuition and the seasons where you kind of ignored it. And you notice the difference between achievement and fulfillment. And I think that's one of the greatest gifts of reflection. My book releases this summer. If you'd like to follow the journey and learn more, visit SusanRiley.co. It's in the description. Maybe the question isn't, what do I want to achieve next? Maybe the better question is, does the life I'm building actually reflect the person I'm becoming? Here's your glow forward wisdom. I love these. A goal that costs you your peace, your health, your relationship, or your sense of self may not be success. True success feels aligned. True success feels intentional. True success allows you to become more of who you are, not less. This week, I want you to look at one goal you're actively pursuing. Then ask yourself, why do I want this? And if I achieved it tomorrow, would it bring me closer to the life I truly want to live? Or further away from it? Don't answer quickly. Really sit with it, because that answer might change your direction. If this conversation resonated with you, share it with someone who may need it. Like the episode, of course, and subscribe. And also leave a comment, because I love to know. Have you ever realized a goal wasn't exactly yours? Or have you ever changed directions because you've discovered what truly mattered? I read all your messages, so do share. And they generally help shape future conversations. Also, if you're looking for a place to continue these discussions, come join us in the MaxUverse Circle on Facebook. It's completely free, a community of leaders, builders, dreamers, and people committed to growing intentionally together. That's us. And if you're feeling disconnected from your goals, overwhelmed by your responsibilities, or simply trying to create a more alignment in your life, download the free Boss Buddy Guide. It became a loyal companion for me during some very busy seasons. And it can help you reconnect with what matters most too. Now go be bold, go be brilliant, go be you, and I'll see you at MaxUverse.com.